Well, John, something else that Mary noted, I know you as well, is the fact that Fiona Hill, right off the bat, started talking about the Kremlin ready to strike again in 2020, and that's a current threat to our election and to our democracy. How powerful did you think that was, and her testimony thus far?
Well, she was certainly passionate in making that. It was a chilling warning that the threat was still there, and the way that she directly went at this conspiracy theory that the president had wanted the president of Ukraine to pursue, this idea that it was Ukraine that was the primary bad actor in 2016. She made it clear that that is something that was a narrative that could be traced to Vladimir Putin and to the Russians. It was something that the Russians were pushing for their own interests. But I think that overall, Kira, it's striking here today to hear Fiona Hill as somebody who wasn't there for the phone call. She left the White House just days before that July phone call between President Trump and President Zelensky. She wasn't there as aid was military aid was held up, and there was the effort to get it unfrozen. But she speaks to the larger point, which is, she was in charge of Russia policy, including Ukraine. And she was mystified by the repeated efforts by the president, the repeated actions by the presidents that would pivot towards Vladimir Putin and towards Russia. And it's striking that you had Fiona Hill. We know John Bolton's position on this. We know where Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has been on this question of military aid for Ukraine. I can't find anybody in the entire foreign policy apparatus of the Trump administration that was thinking that this idea of withholding aid to Ukraine was a good idea. Anybody except, of course, the President of the United States.
John Karl from the White House there. John, thanks so much.